Don't overlook your 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. Some have rare mint errors like wide rim or double dies worth hundreds, even thousands. That $1 coin in your drawer could be a hidden treasure. The story of the 1979 United States $1 coin is one that is layered with history, controversy, innovation, and, most importantly, unexpected value. When most people think about the dollar coin, their minds immediately go to the large, heavy silver dollars of earlier years, coins like the Morgan or the Peace dollar that carried weight both literally and symbolically. But in 1979, the U.S. Mint attempted something bold and new, something that many people at the time didn't appreciate, yet today has become one of the most intriguing chapters in American numismatics. The Susan B. Anthony dollar, introduced in 1979, was unlike any dollar coin before it, and while millions were made and spent, a very small group of these coins now carry values that would shock the average person. Coins that once jingled in pockets, vending machines, and cash registers are today being bought and sold at values ranging anywhere from $6,600 to an astounding $148,300. To really understand why this coin is so fascinating, you have to step back and see the cultural and historical setting of 1979. The late 70s in the United States were years of change. America was coming out of the Vietnam War era, inflation and economic struggles were present, and the government was looking for ways to modernize. At the Mint, one major issue was the $1 bill. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing was producing massive quantities of paper dollar bills every year, which quickly wore out and had to be replaced. Coins, on the other hand, lasted decades. So, in an effort to save money, Congress authorized the Mint to produce a new dollar coin. The result was the Susan B. Anthony dollar. For the first time in American history, a real woman, not an allegorical figure like Liberty, was placed on a circulating coin. Susan B. Anthony was chosen to honor her lifelong fight for women's suffrage and equal rights. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the coin features her strong, determined portrait on the obverse, with the word Liberty above, the date 1979 below, and the national motto In God We Trust beside her. The reverse featured the same design as the Eisenhower dollar before it, an eagle landing on the moon with an olive branch, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission emblem. What made this coin stand out instantly, however, was its size and appearance. Unlike the massive Eisenhower dollar, the Susan B. Anthony coin was smaller, closer to a quarter in size, and had the same copper-nickel-clad appearance. This created a huge problem. In circulation, people constantly confused it with the quarter, which led to frustration. Vending machines, bus fares, and daily transactions became a headache because people didn't realize if they were holding a quarter or a dollar. As a result, the coin was widely rejected by the public. What was meant to be the future of American coinage quickly became a failure in circulation. But in the world of collectors, failure often leads to opportunity. Because the Susan B. Anthony dollar had such a short run, it was minted for circulation in 1979, 1980, and 1981, and then brought back briefly in 1999. Its place in numismatic history is sealed. And among the 1979 issues in particular, there are varieties and conditions that make certain coins incredibly valuable. This is where the range of values, from $6,600 to $148,300, comes into play. One of the most famous varieties of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is the wide rim, or near-date version. Early in production, the Mint used a design with a narrow rim, meaning the date appeared farther from the edge of the coin. Later, they adjusted the design so that the rim was wider and the date was closer to the edge. The wide rim version is much rarer, and collectors pay huge premiums for them, especially in high-grade, mint-state condition. A casual observer might never notice the difference, but to collectors, that wider rim is the difference between pocket change and thousands of dollars. Another factor that makes 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars valuable is the presence of proof issues. Proof coins are specially made for collectors, struck multiple times with polished dies to create sharp, mirror-like finishes. In 1979, the Mint produced proof coins in San Francisco, and among these, there are rare varieties. Some proofs show a clear S mint mark, while others display a filled S, where the mint mark appears blob-like due to die wear. The clear S is far rarer and far more desirable, commanding massive premiums at auction. Then there are the errors, coins that were struck off-center, struck on the wrong planchet, or had doubling in the inscriptions. Errors are always rare because they slip through the mint's strict quality controls, and when they surface, collectors scramble to own them. It's these errors and special varieties, combined with pristine condition, that explain why some 1979 $1 coins can reach staggering values of $148. 300. Imagine for a moment finding one of these coins in a box of old change at home. You might pick it up, laugh about how people once hated using them, and almost dismiss it as worthless. But then, with a bit of knowledge, you realize you're holding a rare wide-rim variety or a high-grade proof coin. Suddenly, that coin isn't just a curiosity. It's a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. That discovery moment is what drives collectors and makes coins like the $1,979 so exciting. Auction houses have told remarkable stories about these coins. Collectors, both seasoned and new, have battled in bidding wars to secure pristine examples. When a wide rim or proof variety in near-perfect condition comes to the auction block, it doesn't just sell. It sparks a frenzy. Values quickly climb past $6,600, past $20,000, and in the most exceptional cases, all the way up to that jaw-dropping figure of $148,300. The Susan B. Anthony dollar may have failed in everyday use, but in the collector's world, it became a legend. It's worth pointing out that most 1,979 $1 coins are not worth more than face value. Billions were minted, and many are still out there in circulation or sitting in jars and drawers. The difference lies in the details, the rim variety, the mint mark, the proof quality, and the condition. Collectors spend hours studying these small details, knowing that one tiny variation can mean the difference between a coin worth $1 and a coin worth more than a new luxury car. The $1,979 coin also holds symbolic value. It marked the first time a real woman in U.S. history was honored on a circulating coin. Susan B. Anthony's legacy as a reformer and suffragist was immortalized in metal, and though the coin was unpopular, it represented a significant step in recognizing women's contributions to American history. Today, that symbolism adds another layer of importance to the coin, making it more than just a piece of money but also a piece of social progress. For collectors and history enthusiasts alike, the 1979 $1 coin is a reminder that value isn't always obvious. Something that people rejected and ridiculed in its own time can later become cherished and valuable. And in the case of the Susan B. Anthony dollar, the very qualities that made it unpopular, its similarity to a quarter, its short circulation life, are what make it rare and collectible today. So, the next time you come across a 1979 $1 coin, take a closer look, check the rim, examine the mint mark, see if it's a proof. Because you never know, you might just be holding one of those rare examples worth anywhere from $6,600 to $148,300. And even if you're not, you're still holding a fascinating piece of American history, a coin that tells the story of innovation, failure, and eventual redemption in the collector's market. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is more than just metal. It's a bridge between eras of coinage, a tribute to one of America's most important reformers, and a lesson in how quickly public opinion can change over time. It teaches us that sometimes the most overlooked items hold the greatest surprises, and that even a small, unpopular coin can shine as one of the brightest treasures in the world of collecting. The 2009 Sacagawea $1 coin is one of those modern coins that many people glance at, toss into change jars, or even use for vending machines without realizing the extraordinary potential it carries in the world of numismatics. At first glance, it looks like just another golden dollar coin, bearing the portrait of Sacagawea, the Native American woman who played an essential role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. But behind that familiar design, behind the gleaming surface, there are versions of this coin that carry rare errors, minting quirks, and historical significance that elevate them far above their face value. Some of these 2009 Sacagawea $1 coins have shocked collectors at auctions, fetching values ranging between $50,000 and an astonishing $122,000. That's a life-changing amount of money for a coin you might have passed off as ordinary pocket change. To understand why a single coin from 2009 could command such high prices, you first need to know the story behind the Sacagawea dollar itself. Introduced in the year 2000, the Sacagawea dollar was intended to replace the Susan B. Anthony dollar, which had been widely rejected by the public due to its similarity in size and color to the quarter. The new coin was given a golden color and a smooth edge, featuring Sacagawea with her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on the obverse, designed by artist Glenna Goodacker. The reverse carried an eagle in flight, but in 2009, a major change was introduced. That year marked the beginning of what's known as the Native American $1 coin program, which featured annually changing reverse designs honoring Native American contributions to U.S. history. The 2009 design depicted a Native American woman planting seeds in a field of corn, beans, and squash, the three sisters crops. This combination of tradition, artistry, and historical tribute makes the 2009 issue stand out among the series. Now, when we talk about errors, that's where the coin really begins to shine for collectors. Minting errors can occur in several ways: double dies, off-center strikes, weak strikes, wrong planchet errors, and even edge lettering mistakes. The 2009 Sacagawea $1 coin, in particular, became famous for a specific type of striking error and misprints that collectors crave. Because this was the first year of the changing reverse design, the U.S. Mint produced millions of coins, and with such large runs, mistakes inevitably happened. Some coins struck with slight doubling on the design elements, others with weak strikes, and a very rare few ended up with striking anomalies that rendered them unique. Those are the kinds of coins that jump from being $1 to becoming a $50,000 to $122,000 rarity. Think about it. A coin that people still frequently overlook, one that many might think belongs in a cash drawer, could instead be hiding in plain sight with a minting error that collectors would pay tens of thousands for. The appeal lies in the combination of rarity, condition, and error type. For example, a pristine coin with a significant error, perhaps a double die on Sacagawea's portrait or a misalignment in the planting design on the reverse, could ignite bidding wars at auctions. And it's not just theoretical. Auction houses have recorded surprising hammer prices for error dollars, and the 2009 Sacagawea is one that continues to appear in conversations among top collectors. Condition, of course, plays a huge role. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional services like PCGS and NGC. A coin in low circulated condition might still hold some value due to rarity, but it's those mint state or even proof-like examples with dramatic errors that climb into the 5-figure and 6-figure range. A 2009 Sacagawea dollar with the right error in top condition has been known to sell anywhere between $50,000 and $122,000, depending on the demand at the time. That's the kind of price that transforms a small piece of golden-colored metal into a treasure. What makes this even more fascinating is how the coin's design itself ties into its collectability. Sacagawea's portrait symbolizes guidance, resilience, and contribution to history, while the reverse pays homage to Native American agricultural knowledge, representing sustenance and survival. Combine that symbolic richness with the allure of a rare error, and you have a recipe for numismatic gold. Collectors aren't just buying metal. They're buying a piece of history, a story, and in many cases, a one-of-a-kind artifact that connects the past with the present. Stories from collectors often add even more intrigue. There are tales of individuals who discovered one of these error coins in circulation, tucked away in rolls of dollars from banks, or even handed out as change in everyday transactions. Imagine the thrill of holding a coin you thought was worth a single dollar, only to discover it might be worth enough to pay off debts, buy a car, or even make a down payment on a house. That is the dream that keeps collectors searching, inspecting every detail of coins that others might ignore. What also drives the excitement is the mystery of how many such coins exist. Unlike standard mintages, error coins are not produced in predictable quantities. There could be only a handful of certain error types out there, and that scarcity skyrockets the value. With the 2009 Sacagawea $1, many collectors still speculate about undiscovered examples that could surface in the future. That uncertainty adds fuel to the hunt, because at any moment, someone could stumble upon a coin that changes their financial life. When these coins appear at auction, the energy is palpable. Bidders know they're competing for something rare, something that may never come up for sale again in their lifetime. The coin might start at a modest opening bid, but quickly climb as collectors, investors, and institutions battle it out. Before long, the price reaches staggering heights: $50,000, $75,000, $100,000, until finally, at the hammer's fall, the coin is claimed for a figure as high as $122,000. It's in those moments that the true value of the coin is realized, not just in money but in its power to captivate and inspire awe. For everyday people, the lesson is clear. Never overlook the coins in your possession. That 2009 Sacagawea $1 coin in your wallet, change jar, or tucked away in a drawer could be far more valuable than you ever imagined. All it takes is a careful eye to spot the details, the faint doubling, the shifted strike, the unusual imperfections that set it apart. That difference could mean the difference between $1 and over $100,000 and beyond the monetary value. There's the satisfaction of being part of history. Owning a rare coin connects you to the story of the mint, the story of Sacagawea and Native American heritage, and the story of American coinage itself. It's a chance to hold history in your hand, history that also happens to carry a fortune's worth of value. So, the next time you come across a 2009 Sacagawea $1 coin, don't dismiss it as ordinary. Take a closer look, because hidden in its golden surface could be the details that turn it into one of the rarest and most valuable coins in circulation today. With examples known to sell between $50,000 and $122,000, this is a coin worth more than its weight in gold. It's worth a second look, a careful inspection, and perhaps even the excitement of discovering a treasure that could change your life.